Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you this guitar. This is the Enya Inspire electric guitar, and this is the second electric guitar model from Enya Music. Maybe you saw already the first one, which was the Nova Go Sonic, which you can see by the way in the background, which is a single cut style guitar. And this one is the HSS model with a proper whammy bar, which is really cool. And what is special about these guitars, if you're not familiar with all of this, these guitars are made out of carbon fiber and they also have built-in effects and also a built-in speaker, which makes these guitars super useful practicing tools. But not just that, these are proper guitars which you can also use without the built-in effects and whatever. And I will show you all of that in this video. So at the end of this video, you should know if this guitar is something for you or not. Okay, so let's go through the main specs of this guitar and what makes this special. First of all, as I said before, this is carbon fiber material and it feels super smooth. And what you can also feel is it's not very light like you would expect from carbon fiber. But this, of course, because of the built-in electronic things, you know, like the speaker and all the stuff. So this guitar weighs 3.4 kilograms or 3.3, something in this range. So it's just like a normal wooden electric guitar, I would say. Then I turn it around again. On the neck, the transition from the body to neck is super smooth and beautiful. So you can easily reach the high frets. And it has 24 frets actually, which is really cool. And what's also interesting is that this has an asymmetrical neck. That means on the lower frets here on the front, we have like a thicker neck profile, which is great for chords and all that stuff. So it's really comfortable to grab chords here. But when you go onto the higher frets, the profile gets a bit thinner. So it's super comfortable if you want to play like lead stuff on the higher frets. So this is a cool thing. And as I said, through the carbon fiber material, this feels super smooth on the neck. And what I also can tell is that the frets are super well rounded and of course no sharp fret ends at all. And in general the fretwork is done super nicely. And this guitar also has a 0 fret. And of course the nut is carbon fiber. And yeah, these are some Enya branded tuners. And what's pretty obvious is that this is a like super strat kind of inspired guitar. So we have a HSS pickup configuration, 1 humbucker, 2 single coils. And we also have this 2-point vibrato system, which works surprisingly well. Like this feels super decent and not cheap at all, which I really like. And then we got the traditional 5-way switch, which does like the standard pickup switching. That means on the bottom position humbucker, then inner coil and middle, then middle only, then middle and neck neck only. But what we also can do is we can use this control, which is by the way a standard master volume control which you have on every guitar. But you can use this as a push-pull, and this way you can use the humbucker in series and parallel, which is also a nice feature to have. Then here you can see the speaker, which is by the way now a 15-watt speaker. On the Nova Go Sonic it was only 10 watts as far as I know, so this is like an updated version. And then you got this control, which is kind of the heart of all the built-in effects and the main features of this guitar. So if you press and hold it, the guitar turns on and you can see it's purple, and you can press it and then it gets 2 different colors, and each color represents a different preset. And there are 4 presets on this guitar, and these are clean, crunch, distortion and high gain. Yeah, and if you turn this knob, you can set the effect volume. Yeah, just a quick demonstration. You will hear the proper sound demo in a minute. Yeah, that would be the clean preset, and if you press this, you go through the crunch preset, then the distortion, and then the high gain. yeah, these are the 4 presets. And again, I will show you all the sounds in a minute. And one thing these kind of guitars of course have is an app, because you need something to adjust the sounds. And I will also show you that in a minute. But basically this guitar has a built-in amp simulation and effect simulation, and all of this can go through this speaker. So this is very useful for practicing. But you also have like a normal guitar output, so you can plug this into an audio interface, into an FR speaker, and you can use the built-in sounds to play live or to record. And also there's a headphone jack, so you can practice silently with the built-in sounds. And of course you have an USB-C jack to charge the guitar. Yeah, so this is the rough overview of the Enya Inspire. Then what's also in the box is this, like a manual and stuff like that. But what I wanted to show is this little tool. There's also a USB-C cable and some tools, of course, to adjust the bridge and yeah, all that stuff, which comes with almost every guitar. But this is the tool you use to adjust the truss rod here on this wheel. So you can plug it in here and adjust the truss rod. And you can use it also to adjust the springs. So you can simply put it in here and you can adjust the spring tension, which is a really cool feature and yeah, something I really like. Then what you can get in addition is this little foot switch. And this basically helps you to switch between the sound presets without tapping here on this control. So you can turn this on. Like, it's very, very simple. So you can see the lights flashing, but it seems it's not connected. Then you simply press and hold the middle 2 controls. Yeah, I should turn the guitar on when I try to connect this. So now I turn the guitar on, and yeah, now you can see here's a green light. Can you see it? I hope so. And I'm in the green preset, and if I press this, I'm in the blue preset, then in the other blue preset, which is a lighter blue, and is this purple? I don't know, pink or purple preset. Anyway, you got the 4 presets you can switch here on the guitar, and you can simply use it to do all the switching hands-free, which is a cool feature. And yeah, you also have the USB-C jack, if you can see it here, and a little switch to turn it on and off. Very simple, it's super light, and yeah, just a nice little feature to make all the switching between the 4 presets easier. So basically you have 3 ways how you can use this guitar. The first way would be using the built-in speaker or the headphone output, so as a practicing tool. Then the second way would be using the normal output and plug this guitar into an audio interface or like a speaker and use the built-in effects for recording or playing live. And the third way how you can use this guitar is simply turning all the built-in effects off and use it simply as a normal guitar with an amplifier or whatever. So yeah, let's start with the speaker sounds. One thing I figured out with this guitar is that if you use a very high gain sound on full volume, it can happen that you get some kind of feedback when you use the humbucker especially. On the other pickups is less a problem, but especially on the humbucker this can happen. Yeah, so you need to be careful with the higher gain sounds, and one thing that I did was lowering the pickup height of the humbucker a little bit, so this happens less often and I can use the high gain sounds on full volume. What you also just can do is go into the app and lower the gain, or just lower the volume a tiny bit, and then this is also no issue anymore. This didn't happen with the Novago Sonic, but I think this just happens because of the higher wattage of the speaker. Like, this is 15 watt, this is more powerful and of course a little bit louder than 10 watts. And then of course, like with high gain, you can get some feedback. So this is a normal thing that can happen. Just for you to know, what you can do is lowering the pickups or simply lowering the volume or the gain within the presets on the app. Okay, now let me show you the sounds with the line output. So that means I'm plugging in a cable and go from that directly into my audio interface and record the same sound presets as I did with the speaker, but now directly into my interface. And yeah, let me show you that. Okay, now let me show you the app. And this is what you see when you connect the guitar to your phone or your phone to the guitar, whatever, via Bluetooth. It's very simple, so you just need to turn on your Bluetooth and everything goes, yeah, just very easily. And then you got the options to see 4 presets within the clean bank, the overdrive bank, distortion bank, and high gain bank. And this gives you like 16 sounds in total and 4 of each sound character, like clean, overdrive, distortion, or high gain. On the guitar itself, you only have 4 sounds. You can use only 1 clean sound, 1 crunch sound, whatever, you know, in those presets. Of course, you can adjust the sounds and maybe get 2 clean sounds if you adjust each banks differently. You know, like you can set the sounds as you want them. But you can't change the banks on the guitar or on the foot switch itself, which is a bit annoying in my opinion. So it would be cool if, at least on the foot switch, would be an option to switch within the banks, you know, between the individual sounds. But anyway, like the app, you can see clean preset in use is the soft cry. This is the standard clean preset. And then you have the other ones which you heard in the sound demo. And when we go to edit, you can edit, yeah, like a simple amp setup. You have 1 clean amp, 1 distorted amp, and then you have a signal chain, equalizer, modulation, noise reduction, delay, and reverb. Like this is a very simple signal chain, but for like a practicing purpose, this is more than enough in my opinion. If you use it for recording or for playing live, this could be, yeah, like a very simplified setup. For some people this might work, it might be enough, just having these options. But depending on what you play, you maybe need more effects and more options in more flexibility in the signal chain, whatever. Yeah, like this is a very simplified signal chain, but maybe they make updates, whatever, because this is a software thing. So maybe they improve this with future updates. I'm hopeful. But yeah, it's very self-explaining, as you can see. Then you also have a mixer, which is pretty cool. You can adjust all the volumes. And what I didn't tell you is this also has Bluetooth volume. That means you can connect your phone to the guitar. And then you can play backing tracks, which then come out of the speaker or out of the headphones, whatever. And you can jam to backing tracks, which is a super useful feature, in my opinion. Especially, as I said, if you use this as a practicing tool, which in my opinion is the perfect practicing guitar. And yeah, you can adjust all the volumes here. And then you have some tools. Yeah, for the foot switch, you can adjust things and some settings. Yeah, very simple, not complicated at all. I like that. And yeah, maybe they will improve something on here, which would be cool, like having more sound options, whatever. And since this is a software thing, this should be an easy thing to do. Before I tell you my conclusion about this guitar, I'm gonna plug this into a tube amp to give you some sounds without the built-in amp and effects modeling, like just the raw pickup sounds. And yeah, so you can see how this guitar holds up as a normal HSS Strat. And yeah, after that, I will tell you my final thoughts. Alright, so this was the Enya Music Inspire electric guitar in black. And I see this guitar, especially, as I said many times in this video, as a practicing tool, and it nails everything. You know, like this is the quickest way you can go and practice guitar. Like you take it, turn it on, and you have the sounds. And you can start playing, you can play to backing tracks, you can play with headphones. Like the sounds are really good actually, they are very usable, not just for practicing. Like in the scenario of a practicing guitar, this is perfect. And I really like it. When it comes to build quality, there's nothing I can complain about. Of course, this is not a wooden guitar, this is carbon fiber. You have to like it or not. But just from the overall build quality, this is really good. There are no sharp fret ends, and also the fretwork in general is done very well. And also tuning stability with the vibrato system is very good. By the way, this is a floating system, and yeah, it works flawless. I'm really surprised that this is working so well. Then the pickup sounds, they sound kind of modern, I would say, but still you can get some steady sounds out of that, and also some really high gain sounds and more aggressive sounds with the humbucker. So it's very flexible, what you would expect from an HSS Super Strat kind of guitar. One thing I'm missing is what I mentioned before, the possibility to change between all 4 sounds within one bank on the guitar or on the foot switch. This would be a cool thing, because you always need to use the app to change within the banks. And then like the feedback problem, this is not really a negative thing. This is not negative at all. It's just something that naturally happens if you have high gain and a speaker next to it on the pickup. You just need to know what to do, how to adjust the things, you know, that this is not happening. And if you plug the guitar in into an audio interface or like the headphones, whatever, this is no issue at all. Like this is just when you use the built-in speaker with very high gain sounds on the highest volume level. So just something you need to keep in mind. But besides that, there's actually nothing that I can complain about. I think the guitar is priced, I don't know, roughly about 500 to 600 euros. And it also comes with a bag. This foot switch is not included, I think. You have to buy it extra. Yeah, it makes sense if you want to switch between the sounds hands-free. If you just use it for practicing, I don't know if you need this, that's up to you. And yeah, one thing I need to mention, which I really like, was this adjustment thing for the vibrato system springs. So this is a really cool idea, and I like this a lot. So yeah, I'm very happy with this guitar. This is, for me, this is like the perfect living room couch guitar. So you can just grab it and start playing. And yeah, now let me know what you think about the Enya Music Inspire. I would love to know your thoughts about this down in the comments. If you are now interested in checking out this guitar, make sure to use my links down in the video description. These are affiliate links and they support the channel. So if you want to support my channel, please make sure to use them. If not, that's totally fine. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you are new here, so that we can see each other in the next video.